your friends suck. Call it a hunch. Well, for one, you're sitting here at this table looking bored out of your skull. They're dancing and drinking and making general fools of themselves without paying you so much as a sideways glance. And, judging by the look of that glass in your hands, you're stone cold sober. So I'm guessing you're their DD. And they can't even be bothered to try to make it a fun night for you, too. Being the responsible friend doesn't mean you shouldn't get to have a good time, too. They owe you that much. Well, for one, Uber is a thing. If they can't scrape up the cash for one between all of them, then maybe they shouldn't be spending double digits on those watered-down drinks in the first place. You got a face that's far too lovely to look so bored. We should fix that. I don't see anyone else at this table that I could mean by we. If I'm overstepping, say the word, treasure. I've been known to have scruples. Occasionally. If I'm not your speen, it's no hard feelings. Good. Well, I'm glad. And then in that case, whatever are we going to do about this boredom of yours? For now, certainly. I like a good chat as much as the next mysterious stranger. A little preamble before the fun can be an amusement of its own. We'll get to the fun when we get to it. You wanted to talk first, so talk. You'll find I'm an exquisite listener. Speak. My name's Porter. Porter Soler. What's yours? Delighted to make your acquaintance. So, how did you end up being the straining backbone of your friend group? Yes, straining. You're clearly unhappy. I somehow doubt this is the first time you've been dragged into a night of boredom and discomfort in the name of their revelry. And I get the feeling that reciprocity isn't their strong suit. True, friendship isn't transactional, but it also is supposed to be a relationship in which all parties care about each other and act accordingly. It's not about a perfectly equal ledger of favors and effort, but it is about balance and compromise and care. And they don't seem to care much at all. Why is that? It's okay not to know. Sometimes considering the question is more important than knowing the answer. Oh yes, I have a fabulous circle of friends in my own life. There's even a few of them I can almost stand to be around. Well, maybe sometimes we ask the questions that we wish someone would ask us. And maybe sometimes we inhabit the experiences that we think we deserve. I find you very attractive. Is that too forward to say? How deliciously demure. Look at me. Better. Modesty can be cute, but your eyes are beautiful. I'd much rather they look in mine than at the table. Oh, thank you. That's kind of you to say. Oh, they're not as unique as you might think. But I can understand why you'd think that. If you play your cards right, I could show you why that assumption is false. Or maybe more accurately, if I play my cards right, I could. I could bring you a lot of pleasure, you know. I don't know that I could make you happy, but I could make you feel good. And that must count for something, right? Was that too forward to say? Alright, then let's slow down a bit. I'm glad you know where I stand, but I don't want to push it either. I'd much rather just show you why you should come meet me in the middle. What do you want to know? Dahlia is home for me, actually. At least, I consider it to be. It's not where I was born, nor even where I grew up, but I spent my formative years here. I've had to be away for the last few years on business, but I'm happy to be back. The city feels old and new again. A lot's changed, it seems, but the bones and the blood are the same, and that's what counts. For a family reunion of sorts, a gloriously overproduced occasion, the family likes to go big. I'm sure this year will be no different. Oh, no. And dreadfully boring most years. I wouldn't be caught dead at them. But I promised an old friend that I'd show this time. And it's an excuse to come home. It wasn't an opportunity I planned to waste. What about you? Is Dahlia home? And how did you become your friend's de facto guardian of sorts? Just how often do they ask this of you? You deserve better. I don't have to know you well to know that. Anyone who claims to be a friend should treat their friend better. I'm sure they're decent people in their own ways, but being a decent person doesn't give you a blank check to treat the people who care about you like they don't matter, beyond what they can offer you. Well, they're not exactly excelling in my estimations at the moment, I can tell you that much. You have a wonderful laugh, by the way. Restrained though it may be. It's very cute. Oh, thank you. I like your smile too. You think so? I've been told they are a little sharp. But I've also never had any complaints. Don't worry, treasure. I only bite when people ask nicely. Care to see for yourself? What about them? Do me a favor and take a good long look over at your so-called friends, my dear. When was the last time any of them looked over here? Dare I even ask the last time one of them actually walked over here and acknowledged you? They're in their own little world, and I assure you, that world has alternative measures to get home. Let them figure out their own stupidity. Unless, of course, you're looking forward to a late-night drive in a packed car filled with shouting, tears, bad breath, worse attitudes, maybe even a little vomit as the cherry on top, and not a thank you in sight. Let yourself live for once. Let me make it a good night for you, for both of us. I've already laid my cards on the table. I make no illusions about the fact that I find you enchanting. I don't carry any expectations, but I, for one, would like to see where a night between the two of us could lead. Aren't you the least bit curious? My, you really are a treasure, aren't you? Take my hand. Let's get out of here. This way. Much better. Finally, some fresh air. And some solitude. I don't plan to linger in a reeking alleyway, treasure. But now that we have each other to ourselves, I need to clarify a few things and see where we stand. I want you tonight. and I can't guarantee anything more than tonight. How do you feel about that? Good. Then, can I kiss you? Thank you. Gods above, you taste good. I can taste you right through the skin. I want to taste more. You test my resolve far more than I expected. Maybe I really have held off for too long. Can I use my teeth? No, treasure. On you. I like biting. It'll hurt at first. I won't pretend otherwise. But then, it'll feel incredible. I can make sure of that. Consider your answer carefully, my dear. I'm afraid this has to be the line in the sand. I like you a lot, but it's been a long trip home, and I need this. If not from you, I fully understand that, and we part ways. No harm, no foul. But it's gotta come from somewhere, and soon. Then let me make the situation a little more clear. These are my real teeth. What they look like when the hunger takes me. These eyes that you've enjoyed so far, hard though they may be to see with my pupils so far gone. They're the hallmark of my kind. I'm not human, treasure. Not anymore. And I want you. I want your body. I want your blood. I don't have time to go into more detail than that. If you say yes, I can treat you to an experience another human could never bestow. You'd be safe. I promise you that. Or say no, and I can take you back to that table and have you forget having ever seen me in the first place. It's up to you. Dear God, that's been too long. How was that for you? Good. Because I plan to make you feel even better than that. All night long. Hold on to me. I know just the place.